In 2021, rising used car prices have already had a negative effect on buyers who are on a strict budget. And even when taking a look at new vehicles, $25,000 to $30,000 doesn't get you as far as it used to. For whatever reason, if compact crossovers aren't on your radar and instead you prefer the size and affordability of subcompacts, there's plenty of variety, but not a lot of inspiring options that provide great driver feedback, comfortable interiors, and modern technology. More often than not, you end up sacrificing features in one way or another. But for the 2022 Hyundai Kona, you just might be able to find the best bang for your buck without breaking the bank. So here are 5 things you need to know about the 2022 Hyundai Kona before test driving one. Most subcompact crossovers are either boxy or just not that appealing when it comes to exterior design. They lack excitement and fun, yet the Hyundai Kona receives a minor facelift for 2022 to become one of the better looking vehicles in its segment, while also having a hatchback-like road presence which should draw in buyers who refuse to hop on the crossover trend. For those who aren't a fan of the gray cladding or the off-road look, Hyundai is now offering a full paint finish with the N-Line for a sportier appearance, which is something we don't typically see or expect in this market. Also, when you hear the term crossover, you expect an SUV feel, but the Kona doesn't have the ground clearance to make it versatile enough for off-road adventures, and in fact, it could be seen as an athletic and agile vehicle perfect for urban lifestyles where you park on city streets and cruise around town on a daily basis. Where the Hyundai Kona stands out amongst its competitors is with its overall performance and engagement behind the wheel, as brands continue to produce underpowered vehicles that specifically for this segment are oftentimes paired with a CVT, especially if you're looking at a Honda, Toyota, or Subaru. For 2022, there will be 2 engine options to choose from: a 2-liter 4-cylinder or a 1.6-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, which our Kona Limited had under the hood. By opting for the turbo, you receive 195 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. But unique to Hyundai is a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission to make gear shifts crisp and smooth when aggressively accelerating. Due to its lighter weight thanks to its size, it manages the performance quite well, despite on paper not being the most powerful as the Mazda CX-30 and Kia Seltos. However, for those looking for more speed and fun, the all-new Kona N will be arriving later this year to give you around 280 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque, and a 0 to 60 time of around 5.5 seconds. Most impressive is the cornering ability and refinement, as the small crossover has a smooth and comfortable ride quality. And while there will be some body roll, the Kona handles like a car, even though it sits a bit higher. When changing the drive mode to Sport, throttle response and steering does perk up a bit, and it all comes back to the transmission, as even the Mazda CX-30 that has a 6-speed automatic just doesn't shift as nicely as the Kona, and as a result takes away from the overall experience. Ultimately, handling and the driving experience is going to be a main selling point, especially for buyers looking for a fun vehicle as their daily commuter. No vehicle is perfect, and the Kona certainly has its flaws, with practicality and interior room being the biggest issue for this subcompact. The low roofline and smaller dimensions are ultimately a detriment to this vehicle, despite being the same size as the Subaru Crosstrek. While up front you're going to have enough shoulder room where you won't feel claustrophobic, it's the second row where it gets a bit tight, especially if you're a taller passenger. Subcompacts are certainly not known for being the most spacious, but keep in mind that within the Kona's price range, you can easily find a more family-friendly alternative. Then for rear cargo space, you're going to receive around 19 cubic feet of room, which certainly isn't terrible, but not the best in its segment. If you're transitioning from a hatchback, you're not going to notice much of a difference when staring at the cargo area. There will be plenty of room for groceries and smaller items, but if you're planning a long road trip with the family, space will be limited for travel bags, so you may have to look elsewhere if you're an avid adventurer. It's no secret that with affordable vehicles, you end up missing out on interior comfort or luxury features. Yet with the 2022 Hyundai Kona Limited, you're going to have a similar interior to a Tucson or Santa Fe when it comes to technology. In front of you, there will be a fully digital gauge cluster with the same resolution and quality we find in the rest of the Hyundai lineup. The only thing that will be missing are the blind spot cameras, which activate when using the turn signals. But otherwise, the functionality is on par with some luxury brands. Currently, most competitors are still using analog gauges, even for well-equipped models, so this is great to see for a vehicle priced at $30,000. Then for the infotainment system, the Kona Limited will have a 10.2-inch touchscreen. Of course, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility do come standard. Mounted beneath the user interface are quick access buttons and dials for the volume and tuning for a more analog layout. But eye-catching for this segment is just how user-friendly and responsive this head unit is. Thanks to the available Harman Kardon audio system, drivers will receive the Sounds of Nature feature for some ambient background noise that adds a calming effect. While Hyundai dropped the head-up display for the 2022 lineup, at least for non-N trims, the interior is cutting-edge and modern to help elevate the experience you have inside this crossover, and should appeal to consumers of all ages. Affordability in 2021 is a relative term in the automotive industry. But if you're in the market for a new vehicle, the Hyundai Kona is one of the more affordable options in this segment, even if you opt for a well-equipped model. On the low end, the SE starts just below $21,000, undercutting a few close rivals. But keep in mind that for each trim, you will have to tack on $1,500 for all-wheel drive. The Limited, which is the trim we featured on the channel, has a starting price of $28,250. And even with the better drivetrain, you're walking out the door at just over $30,000 with a vehicle that has a decently powered engine and some of the best tech offered in this price range. If you're trying to stay as far away from the $30,000 mark as possible, the N-Line is going to offer a great value and might be the best choice in the lineup. You get a fully digital gauge cluster, lose the cladding for the exterior, and receive the 1.6T under $26,000. So when you bring all that together, the Hyundai Kona could very well be one of the best subcompacts you can buy this year, even with the lack of rear cargo space and the smaller interior. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2022 Hyundai Kona. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying a Hyundai Kona or any other subcompact crossover, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.